6 p.m., folks. Good evening. It's my honor to welcome each and every one of you on behalf of the council, the community. If I may request each and every one of you in present, make sure your phone is on vibration or silent mode. Nobody get disturbed. The whole council is present along with senior staff as required, but Councillor Flash Fuller, due to her personal reason, she is a Zoom-in. She's with us through the internet. It's my honor to acknowledge that we are gathered in the William Lake First Nations Wapnik people's unceded territory, thanks to the chief elder of the nation allowing us to do the business and get together. Adoption of the agendas on the floor.
So, second.
Moved and seconded. Any addition or deletion? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried unanimously. Minute of the regular council meeting held July 14th.
Move the recommendation.
Moved and seconded. Any addition, deletion? Hearing none, all in favor? Carried. We don't have any delegation today, but I'm honored to announce we had a very special privilege to receive one of our well-deserved hero. On behalf of the city of William Lake, it is my privilege to present a certificate of appreciation to Kayla Lucas in recognition of her action during the game between the Canal Rush River and William Lake Mustang on March 9th, 2026. This is a tailblazer thing, as far as I'm concerned. What Kayla did, I expect every citizen to be ready to do when the time comes like this. A great honor. Following a serious life-threatening injury to a young Mustang player, Kayla stepped forward and provided care in the critical moment before additional medical assistance arrived. Her calm demeanor, quick thinking, and willingness to act under pressure helped support the injured athlete when it mattered the most. Kayla's action reflects the compassion, the true leadership, and community spirit that are valued in Williams Lake. It should be everywhere, in fact. On behalf of the council, the staff, and the city of Williams Lake, thank you, my friend, for your outstanding service and care and compassion. Kayla, please accept the certificate of appreciation with our sincere gratitude and congratulations. Again, I will read what is written, then I'm going to request Ms. Lucas to come forward, and also my colleagues who are present for a photo opportunity. Usually, when the 90 days before the election, we don't do any photos for any individual council member, not the mayor. Not that mayor is not above the law. Everybody is equal. We take all 7 members equal. But today, because it's a very special occasion, it's a privilege to present this certificate. So if I may request, we will post it on the city web page. From City of the William Lake Certificate of Appreciation, Kayla Lucas. On behalf of the City of William Lake Council and the community of Williams Lake, thank you for your courage, quick thinking, and professional action during the medical emergency took place on March 9th, 2026, during the hockey game. Your life-saving action in support of a young athlete demonstrate the compassion, service, and community-minded spirit that are the heart of the Williams Lake. Kayla, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. It's dated in the city of Williams Lake, British Columbia on 11th day of 2026, signed by my office and each and every council member. May I request you please to come forward.
Greg, off the meeting. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Have a new paper. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Say whatever you have to face. Always face to the chair. Always face to the chair. Yeah, stand there. No. Come here. Yeah. Stand here. Face because that can be recorded.
Okay.
People are watching you.
I'm like a little pressure, eh, Kayla?
Please.
This, I feel, is, I'm very grateful for the recognition. I certainly could not have acted in the way I did without a lot of assistance and support. I'm really thankful to the people that were there that did come to my assistance, one of them being Tyler Judd, who would like to acknowledge, also helped to keep me calm because it wasn't a situation that I'd like to repeat. But the only thanks I needed was that Dawson is here with us tonight, and I'd just like to acknowledge how grateful I am that that was the outcome. So no recognition really necessary, but I'm very grateful for it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Give a round of applause for Caleb. Thank you, folks. I would not expect as your community leader or mayor any less than what Kayla did from anybody. It's a great lesson to learn for all of us. When the help is needed, we should volunteer. Don't think twice. Thank you once again, Kayla. You're a great inspiration. Look, the support you had from the family and friend of the people, okay? Thank you once again. Moving forward, computer checks, please.
The recommendation that the accounts payable, computer check, and EFT listings dated July 16th, 23rd, and 30th, and August 6th, 2026 be received for information.
So moved.
Moved and seconded, all in favor. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Hey, we'll get back to the business. We took the vote on the computer checks, and we are moving to the development permit application, number 5.
The recommendation that pursuant to the report of the planner dated July 22nd, 2026, council approved development permit number 5, 2025 for Altus Group on behalf of the owner, BC Housing, to permit construction of a 51-unit supportive housing complex located at 845 Carson Drive.
Second.
Moved and seconded. I might understand there's a few people online. If anybody from the public wanted to ask any question, they're most welcome to come forward. Anybody from the public? Anybody from the developer want to speak? It's a great news for the city of Williams Lake. It's a 51 unit, 4-story. It's been in the discussion for a few years. I want to thanks to the BC Housing and especially our very own economic development manager, Ms. Wienkamp. She's been persistent on this site, along with so many community leaders in the community. Took us a long time, but I'm glad. Yes, it might be sales pitch. I make no bones telling the community, including last Thursday in the performance in the park, I said it, I'll say it anytime. There's nothing in the last 4 years, minus 2.5 months, had come to this table which has not been done positively. This council and the staff has worked together as a one team. We have delivered very positively. I'm very proud of each and every one. It's a long time overdue. We finished up 36 units in the Glen Harbor, right behind the City Hall. It used to be 34, adding 36 unit, became 30 unit. Now these are 4-story. There's, I believe, 30 plus unit right now, and it will be demolished once the few residents left there, only a handful, once they found a place for them, and it will be done. Thanks to the government, thanks to the BC Housing, thanks to our very own economic development manager who delivered it. 51 plus 36 unit, it will be 87 unit delivered by this council during the time of this council. Like I said, not all work done or didn't start it yesterday. We've been working on this for a long time, and I'm honored to tell the community, let them see how this thing is coming to fruition. Councillor Nelson.
Thank you very much, Your Worship. I'll be supporting the application that's in front of us. The proposed development will be a multi-purpose 4-story facility that will provide approximately 51 self-contained homes, including accessible and couple-oriented suites designed to offer safe, stable, and inclusive housing for the vulnerable individuals in Williams Lake community. I recognize that this is 51 units. I can tell you that this started about 5-6 years ago. Thank you, Beth, and your department, and thanks to the community as well. This replaces the existing 33 units that are there, Your Honor, so we're netting out approximately 17. That's the good news, is that this is going to be modern, safe, and reliable, and it's going to replace an old, dilapidated building that's done its time and helped out. I've always said, and I will continue to advocate, that I don't support tents, people living in tents. This is what we need, and we need more of it on behalf of the provincial and federal government. So I recognize that it's only a net 17 units, but it's going to be simply the start of, I think, many more to come. So I'll be supporting the recommendation, the development application from the Altus Group on this particular application, Worship, and hoping that we can get on moving forward to get it built. I do recognize that the Canadian Mental Health Association will be the one that's going to be running the supportive housing. And I think that when we're in Victoria, the next time around, we need to continue to emphasize that if we're going to get people off the streets and out of tents, then we need more of this type of supportive housing. This community has been very, very supportive of these types of projects, and we can only continue to advocate to have more of these so we can get people off the streets. So my hand goes up. I want to thank BC Housing for, quite honestly, making sure that this one stayed on the docket, because there was a lot of projects that got knocked off during this last budget process on the provincial side. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Councillor Flashfuller, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. Yes, I also very much support this initiative and this development. I think this is absolutely incredible for Williams Lake. It is the next step. You know, I think as a council, we saw so many discussions about how we didn't want a shelter. Individuals didn't want a shelter from BC Housing within our community. Because we accepted having a shelter, I think that's why we got the financial support to continue to have this development for our community, which is so important, because things are expensive out there. It's hard for people to be living the way that they need to. Costs of rent is ridiculous. You know, people that have all the apartment complexes, it's costly for people to try and have a place there, where this is supportive housing and this gets people off the streets, like my colleague mentioned. So this is really, really important for Williams Lake. I also think that this development is really smart looking. I like the design. I like the way that it appears. So I think it'll be a real positive thing for the neighborhood as well as businesses that are in the area. You know, there's already an established supportive housing facility there in an old building, but, you know, we've never noticed, or I've never heard of, you know, great impacts to the neighborhood. So I think an expansion of this and will be just a real win-win for our community. I do have a couple questions. I noticed one of my colleagues mentioning that it would be 80, but it's not. I think it's a total of 51 units, and I'd like clarification on that. And my other question is that I noticed the northern part of the property, there's still quite a bit of space that's not being utilized. Has there been any discussion of potential expansion down the road over and above this development once it's completed? Thank you.
I think I said it, I'll reply that first part of the question. I said 81 unit, I said adding 36 unit from the Glen Arbor and 51 of these. Council Flash Fowler, it's not 81, it's a 51 unit, but it will be total 81 unit delivered by this council. Reference to the space, I know the answer, I had the answer, but I'll let our CEO reply that question, the space sitting there, what's happening with that.
Your worship, I think that you have representatives from BC Housing that probably be more in tune of what's happening with that space, that you can ask the question to them. I think that Tyler's on there.
Yeah, could you please reply the question for Council Flash Fuller from BC Housing?
Thank you very much, Mayor and Council. My name is Tyler Baker. I'm the Director of Development for the Interior. Nice to see you all again. Very astute question, Councillor Flash Fuller. Yes, there's some land remaining. We were actually quite careful to reserve land for a future use. At the moment, we don't have funding to know what that will be, but it leaves open the door to do something in the future when we have funding to meet the needs in the community. And when we come to that decision, it'll be as this has been, as our other decisions have been, it'll be a joint partnership to talk about what the needs are in the community and what our funding can be best used for to meet those needs. So we don't know yet, but it'll be part of the picture in the future, and it'll be a real asset for the community.
Thank you. I really appreciate that response. And I think that's great proactive vision, because we know that times change, needs from communities change, and the fact that we might have some area that we can put focus towards is, I think, a really, really positive thing. So I really appreciate that and all the thought and processes behind from everyone. And I also just want to really thank the province for continuing with this program, as we know that there's been substantial cuts and everybody wants to have those supports in their community because everybody's feeling the impacts right now. So I just want to put a thanks out to you, your team, are also the team for the City of Williams Lake that have worked with you, and other community members that have worked with you guys as an organization in making this happen. So thank you so much. This is a real positive one for us.
Thanks. And last part of your comment was, Council Flash Fuller, how we got this project. Yes. There's only one project in the BC going on, that's in Williams Lake. That is a sign of your mind, this council, this team's mission by working together. We got this project because we work together with everybody, with all the stakeholders, regardless they're Victoria or Ottawa or regional or local. So it's another mission completed or will be accomplished in the days and months to come because we work together. Councillor O'Brien, please.
Thank you, Worship. And I just want to echo, I mean, I think most of the comments have been made. I do want to add that I think we did ask, we wanted 80 units. I mean, 55 was, I thought 55 was the number, but anyway, down to 51 is per usual. But it's a drop in the bucket. I think we still need more, but it's such a good start, and it hopefully will lead the way to down the future. We are very lucky, and I do want to say thank you to BC Housing for keeping us on the books, because we're sure thankful we cut that line, because I think we are one of the few still left standing with some of that funding. So hopefully more will come in the works, because we aren't the only community that needs housing, and we need more housing, and so many do. So I just wanted to echo and say my thanks, but I do appreciate it, and I look forward to hopefully seeing it actually going up soon. Thank you.
I just to let you know, Councillor Bain, I had on my speed dial Tyler's number, and I know economic development manager also had that. We won't let him get away, and we'll keep working on it. And okay, I got Councillor Moses, Councillor Delaney, then Councillor Lyon, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. Yeah, we've been patiently and excitingly waiting for this meeting, for this agenda item. I want to make sure that we point out that this type of supporting housing is one that helps people who have graduated from the Canadian Mental Health's Housing First programs. This means that they've already shown their dedication to recovery and their ability to be able to pay for their housing. The people who receive these types of housing are often facing some form of disability or a barrier to receiving income or housing. The supportive housing that this is replacing was a very successful program with very little footprint. So this is an amazing service that we're receiving to our community. But it took a lot of work in the background, lots of advocacy to ensure that we didn't lose our project while a lot of other cities lost theirs. So I want to say a quick thank you to Tyler and the rest of the team at BC Housing and the team at Canadian Mental Health Association. This is a great achievement for us. So let's get that shovel in the ground, Tyler. Because we have more projects where this one came from, and we're already ready to get those going next. Because I agree with Councillor Bain that we still need more. So I have a hopeful question for Tyler. At our local Friendship Center, we already have blueprints and land ready for another apartment building. When are you going to get that one started next for us? Thank you, Your Worship.
I wonder if Tyler wanted to respond to that, or should I move ahead?
I'm always happy to speak about the next project in the pipeline. Like I said, we are always looking for opportunities, even if we don't have funding available right now. When we do, we need things that are ready to go. So I'm happy to talk to you about that.
Definitely. William Lake always had a shovel-ready program, shelf-ready program. So whenever you're ready. Councillor Delaney, please. Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yeah, thank you. Kudos, everybody, for getting this project to go forward. I'm a visual person, so I love reading and seeing these, seeing the design and the architecture. But maybe I'm having a moment here. I only count 36. Like we've got 3 on the main floor, and then there's 2 floors with 16, so that's 32 plus 2 is 38. Where's the other, where's the 51? Unless I'm missing a floor or something.
You're probably missing the plan. I know the number shows that way, but I'm with you. I've seen it. I thought.
Okay, so I'm not the only one.
Yeah, no, not the only one. Yeah,
and I'm only
I checked with this stuff. Yeah, I checked with this. I was 51. Trust me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tyler's he's assuring me that
You're right on.
51. I think obviously you guys are a great proponent for BC Housing and for people that are less fortunate, and to help get people off the streets and into beds. And I think with the shelter as a kind of an example as well too, with just the model of being able to bring your goods with you, being able to have somebody, if you have a partner, being able to have a pet, being able to see those little storage units for shopping carts or for your bike or whatever, I think are just great little details to be added. The layout looks fantastic. I mean, it's going to be such a gem for that part of the area. And I really look forward to seeing, what else we are able to get off the ground. And also to Councillor Flashbuller's point, that it's my eyes. I was just focusing and I'm like, what land is she talking about? Where is the extra land? Well, there's a whole freaking pile of it right behind there. So
Yes.
Wonderful. That just means that maybe one day we'll get another one there, hopefully. So I just want to say thank you. Want to make sure I wasn't missing something because I didn't count 51, but we're sure going to get 51, even though it's not in the package as 51 shown. We're good to go. Mayor's telling me he's going to hold your feet to the fire. Thanks, Tyler.
Gotcha. Council Line, please.
Thank you. Yeah, I was super excited to see this project and the report, and all the plans just look beautiful. And I really want to say I appreciate the aesthetics of the building. It definitely gives people a sense of pride to be able to go to such a beautiful home. Obviously, I was very appreciative that we had the Jubilee House, but this is definitely such an upgrade, not just in the number of units, but the beautification of the area too, and really giving people something to look forward to going home to. Thank you.
Before I let it go the second round, Councilor Nelson wanted to make a comment. Tyler, I know what you're thinking, William Lake. William Lake had the best mayor and council and the staff. And whenever you wanted to build more houses, we are all ready for you. We'll help you every which way you needed. And please continue working together philosophy, okay? I look forward. Councilor Nelson.
Yeah, Your Worship, it's just, I know that there's been a lot of pressure on a lot of other communities. My colleagues alluded to that as well. So from my perspective, Tyler, just a huge shout out to you and your entire team, working very close with the City of Williams Lake and working closely with the nonprofit organizations. And I think that this Team Williams Lake really just wants to thank BC Housing on this particular project. We know and recognize how tough it is out there across the province, but we're dedicated to ensure that we can help and get people off the streets. And this is certainly the right direction. Thank you.
Thank you. I think everybody spoke enough. I already asked, according to my instruction, if anybody wanted to speak for or against or any comment. I didn't have to, but I'll ask second time from public if anybody have to say anything. Hearing none, all in favor? Carried unanimously. Congratulations, and thanks, Tyler, once again. Okay, I'm moving along. License of occupation agreement, Bay Properties.
The recommendation that pursuant to the report of the planner dated July 21st, 2026, council authorized entering into a license of occupation agreement with Wave Properties Limited for an existing overhead awning sign located at 29 3rd Avenue South.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any question, concern, comment? Hearing none, all in favor? Opposed, if any? Carried unanimously. A request for continuation of provincial LGCAP funding.
The recommendation that pursuant to the report of the planner dated August 4th, 2026, council authorized a letter to be sent from the mayor to the Premier BC and relevant provincial ministers outlining the importance of the local government climate action program funding and the critical need for the continuation of this funding program, and further that the letter be shared with local MLAs, NCLGA, UBCM, and all BC municipalities and regional districts.
So moved.
Moved and seconded. We had some supporting letter. Other committees have written a similar letter. These are very important funding. And we will request, and every time, anytime I'm talking to the Victoria, I'll definitely be mentioning. I've already mentioned this to a couple of ministers already, as a couple of the ministers showed up here all of a sudden Friday. So they are aware of our request, okay? Councillor Moses.
Thank you, Worship. Yeah, this is definitely something that we need to hold the province to ensure that we continue receiving this funding. Not just our municipality, but right across the whole province needs this funding. But here in Williams Lake, we just recently created that partnership with the Caribou Chilcotin Climate Circle. And this type of funding is what allows us to do that and the ability to get that work done. So I just want to point out that us advocating for this is trying to make it so that we can fund that partnership and get great climate projects done. Thank you, Worship.
Thank you. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Poll of council, please.
The recommendation that pursuant to the report of the Legislative Services Assistant Coordinator dated August 7th, 2026, and the email poll conducted on July 29th, 2026, authorizing council to provide a resolution of support to the Central Interior Rural Division of Family Practices application to the Northern Development Initiative Trust Marketing Initiatives Program for funding to support the group's physician recruitment marketing expansion initiative be ratified.
So moved.
Moved and seconded. Any question, concern? Hearing none. All in favor? Carried. William Lake Fire Department Rapid Response Crew Operational Update.
The recommendation that the report of the Director of Protective Services dated August 4th, 2026, containing an operational update on the Williams Lake Fire Department's rapid response crew be received for information.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Chief Dean is there, Director of Protective Services, please.
Your Worship, Council, I realized as I was walking up here that this is maybe the last time I get to do this with this particular group, so it's been a pleasure. Thank you. I just wanted to take this opportunity, as you've seen in the report, to go over just a little bit of an update on the Williams Lake Fire Department and the rapid response crew that we implemented on July 24th. As you can see in the report, just as a reference, we brought it in response to the current weather conditions, as well as some community anxiety about some recent fires that had happened in the area, as well as resource deployment down in the Felker Lake fire area. And it yielded great results almost immediately. We had 4 fires in 4 days that our crew was able to respond in about 5 minutes, which is about 7 minutes faster than our typical response time. As you know, it's a paid on-call department, so everybody has to rush down to the hall from their homes or from their businesses and get in a truck and get over there. And having a crew on standby at the fire hall was able to expedite that significantly, which we believe saved multiple structures on numerous events. Just for reference, in the period since we started that, we've already had 30 calls for service in the 18 days since then. So we've been able to do this. It's been a bit of a strain on the department, so we rejigged the model after about a week. Went away from having 4 people 24 hours down to now we have 2 during kind of the critical fire hours of the day of noon to 10 p.m. That's still been difficult to staff, but it's been successful, and I just kind of wanted to share that with the community and have a bit of a good news story out there for Williams Lake Fire Department.
Thank you very much, Councillor Delaney. Before that, Mr. Maraca and Councillor Nelson.
Thanks, Your Worship. Chief Dean kind of brushed over the advantages of the rapid response and having the membership at the hall for these events and these fires. If anybody that was in the area and could see where the burn lines went to, it was very close. And that difference of timing between what they would respond to from home rather than being at the hall obviously could have resulted in way bigger substantial damage. And those decisions to mobilize that model were made at the fire hall, and I support that decision. I think it was a great one completely by the Williams Lake Fire Department, and I think they did a fantastic job, Your Worship.
Thank you. I could not insist 3 days in a row, same place. It's a sickening. There's a saying way back, actually, one of our police chiefs said it here. That time I was consul, rather, you can give me 1,000 police officers and I can park them on each block of the street. I can assure you the safety of the community has to police themselves. I'm requesting publicly to the community, keep your eyes open, please. Watch for your neighbor. That's the only way we can make sure our community's safety. When the Boston Pizza site caught on fire, my phone was ringing off the hook from Vancouver. The people was calling reference to their guest, the owners in the hotel there. It's a serious matter, folks. We cannot ask the fire department to look after our safety. We have to. So I request each and every one of you watching, listening, reading in the paper, or listening on the radio, please keep your eyes open and look for each other. I got Councillor Nelson and sorry, you're first. Councillor Delaney, and then Councillor Nelson, Councillor Flashfull. Yes, I got you that way.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to say thank you very much for the intelligent report that was written and for having the compulsion to think outside the box and put something together that works for our community. It's an excellent model. I mean, we see it at other centers, maybe not municipalities, but I work at the fire center, and having people mobile from their place of work is a huge, huge advantage. And the way that you've structured it too, takes into consideration those rotations so that you don't have, people just around everywhere on standby. You actually have your crew that are allotted the time, and if there's something happens, they go out and they do it. we don't have people just waiting for a phone call, a whole pile of people waiting for a phone call. Because it's not awesome to be on standby, you know, because you can't go do things, you know, you can't really leave your, 20 minutes or whatever from where you are. So I think I think that was an awesome way, and I love that it hardly is costing anything extra. Like, we might see a little bit at the very end, but you worked within the budget that you were given. So, like, great work. I loved it. It was awesome. Thank you.
Councillor Nelson, please.
I echo my colleagues' comments. The rapid response crew that you put in place on July the 24th saved, in my opinion, a number of facilities inside this community. It was a very smart, calculated move, and highly effective. So I think that we're going to probably see some positive changes continue along that way. I think it was the right decision. We've got extreme fire behavior right now. The weather conditions are hot, they're dry, they're windy, and then you take the bozos and the idiots that are out there lighting the fires in these times. So kudos to you and the entire fire department, because I've seen you guys in action, and it's unbelievable what you've done here, and I think it's great. And quite frankly, if it needs a little bit more money and top up in the future, where I'm going to be supporting. I think it's just great. So pass it on to the entire team. Thank you very much.
Councillor Flashfuller, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. Yeah, I just want to compliment the organization, being the fire department and upper management, just the city, for this work and making sure that this is happening for our community. I know it's historical. We have done, and I'm sure Chief Dean would reiterate, but we've done patrols like in 2010, other years that have been where there's high fire risk. There's always been such proactive work with Williams Lake Fire Department, and I'm just so happy to see that continuing. This is the kind of stuff that can build confidence in a community, because as an organization or as a council, if we're doing things that's creating fear in people, when we have the history of having to evacuate our whole city, that's not good. You do not want to create more fear in people. You want to work on trying to do the proactive work like this that makes the community feel confident in the team that we have and the work that we can do collectively as an organization. So I just think that this is amazing work. I want to put the compliment and accolades to the members of the organization, because I know that they are all with other jobs, they are all with families, and when they sign up to do these shifts, they're doing it off of their own back and their own time. It's so easy for us as just council members to talk so big about how amazing we are and what we do, but we're not the ones that's out there, patrolling till 10 o'clock at night, or going out when putting a fire that is rapidly growing out. And I just know how incredible these people are, and I'm just happy to see this work. Like you said, Chief Dean, this is good news messaging, and it is, because we want our community to feel confident, not scared that everything's going to burn. We want them to feel like we have this under control and we can pay attention to it. From the day that I joined the organization, which was back in the late 90s, we were doing proactive burns at the Stampede grounds and proactive burns in Boytanya Park, because people used to go and light it back then. So I just love to see this continuation of this great teamwork and great positive initiatives. Thank you.
Councillor Moses. Thank you, Councillor Flashfuller.
Thank you, Your Worship. Yeah, first off, thank you so much, Fire Chief, for the work that you and your team have continually been doing to keep our community safe. The points that Councillor Delaney made, I think, are spot on the work that you're doing inside and outside of the box and within a very contained budget. So thank you so much for making sure that that work is being done. And I also agree with Councillor Nelson that if our team needs some help in the future on this topic, that I'll be in support of making sure that you get the resources that your team would need, because you're doing such a great job, and we need that to continue. If anyone wants to be an extra pair of eyes to help make sure that our community sees these faster, I recommend everyone looks into the citizens on patrol and see if you can take some time to volunteer. Being able to get our teams out there a few minutes faster often makes a really big difference. So big thank you and congratulations, Fire Chief, for leading such a successful summer, and keep going with it. Thank you.
Please convey our gratitude and thanks to your team, Chief. And I can't say enough, our community is so lucky to have the staff we have. And your dedication, your compassion, each and every one of you, without mentioning any name, we are lucky. I want to thank from bottom of my heart to each and every one of the city staff and the leadership of Mr. Maraca. We are very lucky to have it. In reference to Citizen Patrol, yes, 35, 40 years back, I was one of the persons started this community policing in the Williams Lake, but I have never seen this many members Citizen Patrol and very active. Congratulations to the chair, Bob Sunner, and the team member. I really appreciate it. Council Moses is one of them, and I got another member sitting in the audience, Ruth Lloyd. Thank you very much, and all the other people visiting. I will equally encourage, please join the Citizen Patrol. Thank you very much, sir. Once again, appreciate it. Any more comment, compliment? Hearing none, all in favor? Thank you. Motion carried. Fire Service Review, please.
The recommendation that pursuant to the report of the Director of Protective Services dated July 21st, 2026, Council award the contract for the Fire Service Review, Community Risk Assessment, and Fire Master Plan to Tim Play and Associates Limited for the proposal price of $66,113.25, including applicable taxes, reflecting the city's deductive scope change issued during the RFP process.
Moved and seconded. Any question, concern to Chief? Hearing none, all in favor? Thank you. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. I'm moving along. Crematorium rebricking award.
The recommendation that pursuant to the report of the Municipal Services Coordinator dated August 4th, 2026, Council waived the purchasing policy number 138 to approve a direct award for the rebricking of the retort of the crematorium to Stingray Crematory Services Limited for the purchase price of $71,000 plus applicable taxes.
So moved.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody had any compliment or comment or question? Hearing none, I'll say a couple words. It's bypassing because there's very limited people. In fact, 1 or 2 people in Western Canada, never mind in BC, who does this work. It's a very specialized work. As most of you know, I don't like bypassing the RPF, but this I'm in favor. The person is doing a lot with the less money compared to what would be regular, because he's making the round and it's long overdue. And so I recommend the council, we go through with the staff recommendation, even though it's moved and seconded. All in favor? Carried unanimously. Thank you. Response letter from Minister Osborne.
Clerks note that the letter from Minister Osborne dated July 14th, 2026, in response to the letter from the Mayor dated February 4th, 2026, regarding support for ambulance paramedics of BC be received for information.
So moved.
Moved and seconded. All in favor? Carried. Response letter from Minister Parmar. Forestry is a solution.
Clerks note that the letter from Minister Parmar dated July 13th, 2026, in response to the letter from the Mayor dated March 12th, 2026, regarding support for the BC Council of Forest Industries, Forestry is a Solution initiative, be received for information.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. Mr. Parmar was here Friday on a quick tour along with Mr. MLA. He traveled pretty late night, Wednesday, around 11:30, 12 o'clock, midnight. They came to see us and give us the update on the timber supply as well as the fire situation, and they traveled back Thursday night after. It's an honor that different minister time to time are coming. Minister of Environment, Minister of Mining was here, and I had a great opportunity to represent the community and the council. So it's been excellent that even the Victoria and Ottawa is listening, watching us. They know we exist. They're keeping us in the loop, and I keep twisting their arm at time to time. All in favor? Thank you. Proclamation, please.
Recommendation that the list of recognitions provided in the agenda be received for information.
Second.
Moved and second. Any question, concern? Hearing none. All in favor? Carried. And nothing. Yeah, we'll go in camera. Nothing. Okay, council information package.
That the recommendation that the council information package for August 11th be received for information.
Second.
Anything you wanted to bring it, Councillor Moses?
Yes, thank you, Worship. There's 2 letters I would like to pull out of the package if you allow. The first one is a letter from the Aboriginal Housing Management Association from July 17th. This was a request for our council to support a motion that's being made at UBCM this year, and I would like to advocate on the behalf that we do support this motion when it happens. What is happening is that the Aboriginal housing and the friendship centers are destined to lose their funding in 2028, I believe it is. And what this will do is cause another wave of homelessness across our country, and indeed also right here in Williams Lake, because that funding does affect Williams Lake directly. So I just want to say that I'll definitely individually be in support of this motion at UBCM, and I hope that our colleagues in the room will also join us in that.
Is there anything you wanted to move to make the special motion or anything?
No, Your Worship.
Okay, fair enough. When we go to UBCM, I don't think very many council members are going to UBCM. Only 2, 3 or 4 of us going. We will definitely be watching, and we'll definitely support that, and you got my support.
Thank you. And the second letter I'd like to pull out is the letter from Billy Sheridan regarding the Memorial Complex potential renames.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Worship. She brings up good points that renaming the complex could bring the unexpected consequence of removing the memorial aspect of the name. And this memorial aspect is to pay respect to our veterans and our currently serving. So I would like to just make a simple motion that we have this letter forwarded to Joint Committee so that along with the regional district, we can review these unintended consequences and make sure that we move forward in a way that we continue to pay our respects to our veterans while also looking for opportunities for the
I'll second the recommendation to forward it.
That's not a problem. Moved and seconded, but it was a misunderstanding far as I'm concerned. There's no such thing of removing the name memorial, but I'm not against what you're saying. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing, no discussion removing the memorial. It will never happen, but you moved it, you seconded. It's not your motion or seconded motion, it's a council motion. Now I'll take it to the motion as presented. All in favor?
Wait, may I speak to the motion?
Yeah, please.
I just want to say thank you for your words of encouragement and of saying that the memorial will not be removed. So let's just, for the sake of the motion, to make sure that we make that known to the public.
You betcha. We will definitely take it to
Information.
the joint. That's not a problem. All in favor of taking it to the joint? Thank you, Kerry. And there is no round table, anything. We will be going in camera quickly. I just want everybody, the media, the people know, because 90 days before, since 17th July, there's no more round table till the election happen. Motion for the in-camera, please.
So moved.
Moved and seconded, all in favor. So motion to adjourn regular meeting. Moved and seconded, Council Nelson. All in favor. Carried. Thank you.